What's going on, guys? This is Kaishiro. Welcome back. So for our video today, we're going to discuss top 5 best decks for World Championship 2023. So these are the decks that I have thought of has chances or good chances of performing well on the World Championship. And these are also the decks that I think that the metagame have shaped for the ban list of the World Championship this 2023. So without further ado, let's get started. At first we have Tearlament. So I might get bashed from this take of taking Tearlaments on my number 5 slot here on this World Championship best decks. But I really do think that OCG players will really cope and innovate Tearlaments deck list that can perform on this World Championship tournament, because I have learned my lesson or fair share of lesson on Tearlaments, because there's a lot of times that I have doubted the deck for the past 2, 3, 4 ban lists. I always thought that Tearlaments will be dead, or the Tearlaments are finally have the nail on their coffin, but I am proven wrong every time I assume that scenario, because OCG players are still trying to keep the deck alive, and they are still making adjustments so that Tearlaments can perform. Like right now on the OCG, it is performing at tier 1 level on one of the best decks right now, with Sinful Spoils Tearlaments and Rescue Ace Sinful Spoils and Purely. So I really do think that Tearlaments will prove once again how they are the best Yu-Gi-Oh deck in the history on this World Championship, and it will be a very good finale or final curtain for Tearlaments to be able to win the World Championship, to cement their place as the best deck of Yu-Gi-Oh in the history. So I think that Tearlaments will face problems like Bestials and DD Crow, but it is very unlikely, because I think Bestials and DD Crow will be side deck options only for this World Championship. And also Tearlaments can also play danger cards that they can use to improve the consistency of the deck. Even though they don't have the Chaos Ruler, I still think that many OCG players will still find ways for not giving up with the deck on this very moment, because they have been playing Tearlaments for a very long time. It's been 2 years already that they are playing Tearlaments for the highest level. So I don't think that they will give up on the deck on this World Championship 2023. So at number 5 we have Tearlaments. Moving on towards our number 4, we have Sword Soul Tenyi or Sword Soul. I do think that this is a very decent deck. Probably one of the safest options or bet that you can play on the World Championship, because Sword Soul is kinda full power, aside from the fact that Protoss is banned for the event. But Sword Soul is a very good mid-range deck. It can incorporate a lot of hand traps, and Chixiao and Barone is a very decent board that you can make. Most of the time you have Omni Negate to protect your board, and you also have Monster Negate on the form of Chixiao. So it is a very solid option to play on the World Championship, especially when you don't know how things will turn out, or how the format will shape on that tournament. Sword Soul is a very good option to have the safe play on that tournament. Sword Soul also can play a lot of variety of hand traps like Veiler and Imperm on the main deck. But the problem are also the same. They are really struggling against Imperm and Veiler, because Amoye and Taya are very prone to Imperm and Veiler on that occasion. So I think that Sword Soul is a very decent deck. I think many players, especially on the TCG, many players of TCG are playing Sword Soul for a very long time now. And I think it is a very decent and solid pickup for the World Championship. So at number 4, we have Sword Soul. Moving towards the number 3, we have Dragon Link. So even though Dragon Link doesn't have the Chaos Ruler and R1 Wyverbuster and Color Serpent, I think Dragon Link has a fair share of consistency. Even though Lubellion is at R1 and Magnamut is at R1, I think that Dragon Link has that consistency and that dog inside the Dragon Link to be able to cope and perform on that World Championship. Dragon Link can set up a very strong turn 1 board with Barone and Dispater and Hieratic Seals as well, and Savage. So there's a lot of good options for Dragon Link to be able to bring out on the board when they went first. And also, Nibiru will be unlikely on that tournament. I think Nibiru is a side deck option only for that tournament. I don't think many players will main deck this Nibiru because Kashtira has been nerfed to the gutted level. They don't have Fenrir on that tournament. So yeah, I think Kashtira will not be able to perform on the World Championship. And so is Nibiru. I think Nibiru will be only a side deck option for the World Championship. And also, Droll and Lockbird are kinda popular on the previous formats, but purely is not that good of a deck on the current format of World Championship. That's why I don't think Droll will be will be a very main deck worthy card on that tournament. So I think Dragon Link has a lot of leeway to perform on that tournament. They don't have the usual cards that can instigate or stop them most of the time. And also, they have the ability to play Bestials as well. Bestials can be good on Tier Elements as well. And also on Mirror Match of Dragon Link. And also on Branded, that is a very capable deck as well on that World Championship format. So I think having Bestials are a very good upside for the Dragon Link. So yeah, I think Dragon Link deserves number 3 mentioned here on this top 5 best decks for World Championship. Moving towards the number 2, we have Branded. So Branded has been a very staple deck since 2021. Branded has been around for the format in the OCG. And also Branded are very distinct and what they call this, cemented deck when you consider the fact that it's been around for the metagame for a very long time, since 2021 like I have said earlier. And Branded doesn't have that much of hits on the archetype. They have Branded Opening into 1 and Branded Fusion into 1. But other than that, I think Branded can still perform on that tournament. Even Branded Fusion was at 1. And I also think that the problem of Branded on this tournament, it is because of Ash Blossom and Ghost Bell. On the many people's main deck on the tournament, I think Ash Blossom and Ghost Bell is very rampant. Will be very rampant on that tournament because of course you have Labyrinth to worry about. Ghost Bell can definitely answer that, and Ash Blossom as well to answer rather Labyrinth. So Ghost Bell and Ash Blossom are also good on Dragon Link and Branded as well, against Branded as well. So yeah, these are the two banes that Branded should worry about if they're trying to compete on the World Championship. So yeah, I think they are very prone to Ash and Bell. But other than that, I still think that Branded is very decent and very capable of topping or winning the World Championship on this tournament. So yeah, number 2 here we have Branded. So moving towards the first place, before we mention the most anticipated deck, and I think most of you are anticipating and expecting this number 1 deck on this list. That's why we're going to have an honorable mention first before we go to the first deck here. So I have the honorable mention here of Mannadium. So Mannadium has been pretty solid for the OCG format currently, and even on TCG it has some notable tops. But the problem of Mannadium are the plethora of hand traps that they may face, like Ash Blossom and post side deck 2 and 3, games 2 and 3, like Droll and Nibiru. They have a lot of things to worry about if they are playing Mannadium. But we must also take into consideration that the Worlds format doesn't have Maxi. So I think Mannadium can really shine on a format where Maxi is not existent. Because if Mannadium will be not interrupted on their combo line of plays, I think Mannadium can definitely create the strongest board or the strongest end board right now on the Worlds format. So yeah, I think Mannadium is a very noteworthy deck to mention here on this top 5 list, even if they are honorable mention only. So yeah, our honorable mention will be Mannadium. Moving towards the first place, the most anticipated deck, and the deck to beat on that tournament, we have Labyrinth, of course. So Labyrinth has been a very stable deck on the OCG and TCG format. Labyrinth has been doing really well for a lot of tournaments on the TCG as well as on OCG. We have Dinkaboy topping the Euro Nationals, I assume, or EUWCQ, yeah, with Labyrinth as well. So yeah, Labyrinth has been a very established deck on that regard, and Labyrinth suffered the less on the world's ban list that we currently have. So they only have R1 skill drain, but it won't matter that much because players will play the Furniture Labyrinth on the tournament, not the Heavy Trap variant of Labyrinth. And also, aside from having access to powerful trap cards like Dimensional Barrier that can skip the turn of many decks and players right now on the format, they also have cards like Ash Blossom and Ghost Bell that they can main deck on that tournament because they have a lot of space on the main deck. They can incorporate trap cards and they can as well use hand traps on the main deck to entrap their opponent. So it is a very versatile deck and probably the best deck right now for me on the tournament, probably. And also, the ban list doesn't have red reboot. So yeah, I think Labyrinth can really shine in a format where there's no red reboot to stop them. Their only worry are Ash Blossom because Ash Blossom can really hurt the deck and Ghost Bell as well. But other than that, it's only evenly matched that can wipe them. So yeah, I think it is very clear that Labyrinth is the deck to beat on this tournament. And the downside of that is many players will target your back on playing Labyrinth. Of course, this is the anticipated deck. So many players will prepare their deck list for beating Labyrinth on that tournament. So yeah, but nonetheless, I think this is the best deck on that format. So yeah, at number 5 we have Tear Laments. At number 4 we have Sword Soul. At number 3 we have Dragon Link. At number 2 we have Branded. And at number 1 we have Labyrinth. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you do learn a thing or two. And thank you for watching. Hit the subscription button if you're not yet subscribed on my YouTube channel. And hit the like button if you like this kind of content. See you on the next one. Peace.
Fighting ways to get away.